We're going through what's called no man's land, through a set of double gates which will lock at 7 o'clock tonight and reopen again at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll be into the Unionist Protestant Shankill area. There's the International Wall on your right now. You'll see references then to Palestine, South Africa and Cuba, amongst other countries. So say we're coming up to no man's land now. These gates will lock at 7 o'clock tonight and reopen again at 7 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't mean that folks can't get out of their respective areas between that time, it just means you can't do this shortcut. So we're in no man's land now, and now we're in no man's land. If you look to your right, you'll see the Union flag and the Israeli flag, and that's on the murals there. And that is just to tell you that you're now into the Unionist Protestant area. This is the Shankill area. This area of Belfast was particularly badly affected in the early days of the Troubles, and we'll see a reminder of that now. So directly ahead then is the Peace Line. The Peace Line originally consisted of burnt out double-decker buses, but has since been made more permanent, and as you can see it's been extended upwards 3 times. It's taller than the Berlin Wall ever was, and has been in existence longer than the Berlin Wall as well. You see that many people have signed the Peace Line on your left now. So famous people who would have signed it would include Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Dalai Lama and Beyonce. And if anyone remembers Jedler, they also signed it, but they had to be reminded how to spell their names first. Also an American tourist, he recently signed it with a message to his president, and he's supposed to have written on the wall, "Now Donald, that's what I call a wall." So again, just to remind you, over the left hand behind the wall is the Nationalist Catholic Falls area, then out here is the Unionist Protestant Shankill area. A number of years ago, a survey was circulated to folks living on either side of the wall, and the question in the survey was, do you want the wall to remain? And 72% of the folks who responded to the questionnaire said they did want the wall to remain. So it's sad that almost 50 years after the wall was first put up, the majority of people living in this area still want the wall to remain. A couple of times a year are more contentious than others. So for example, during marching season, when Orange men are marching to commemorate the Battle of the Boring Cross in July 1690, and then also in around Easter time, when folks from a Nationalist Catholic background will be organising events to commemorate the Easter rite. So next stop then is stop 20 and 21 on the Shankill Road. Again, these gates to your left will lock at 7 o'clock tonight, but those ones are locked remotely from a nearby police barracks. There's Mayo Link for our friend from Mayo. So the next stop then is stop 20, and that is for the Spectrum Centre on the Shankill Road. It's a bit like Culture Land on the Falls Road, but just from a Unionist perspective. The Shankill bomb in 1983, that was set off at Frizzell's Fish Shop, which is now the Cork Credit Union. Two bombers walked into the fish shop. Their bomb detonated prematurely, killing one of them and 8 innocent civilians. So we'll point out the site of that bomb shortly. On the left here you'll see a big mural, and that depicts loyalist gunmen who are all now dead. How we know they're dead is you can see their faces. If they're still alive, you need to have their identity protected. So that's on the left now. And then up here on the left, just after the pedestrian crossing, is the Court Credit Union. They say that's the site of the Shankill bomb in 1993. So there's a little poppy cross on your left to commemorate that event. And this is stop 21. On your right is the Shankill Memorial Park. That commemorates the sacrifice made by guys from this area during the Great War. Again, the Great War is commemorated on that mural on your right now. Down here on the left you'll see a mural depicting the Queen, the current Queen, that was unveiled in 2012. Well, it's Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee, 60 years on this road, to your left now. And then again on your right, the site of the Biardo Bar bomb in 1975, just on your right now. Again at the end, on the right, at the end of the Iceland store, quite a graphic mural depicting some of the bombings from the dark days of the Troubles. So the next stop then is stop 22 for Crumlin Road Jail. So Crumlin Road Jail and Courthouse are both designed by Charles Lanyon, both closed in the mid-1990s, and the courthouse has been let go to wreck and ruin. The jail, however, has been renovated and is open as a tourist attraction. The two sit either side of the Crumlin Road, and they're linked by an underground tunnel. And that gives rise to the expression, send them down. So if a prisoner was in the jail, they were taken to the courthouse through this underground tunnel. If found guilty, then the judge would have said, send them down, and they would be sent down into the underground tunnel to start their sentence. During the Troubles, there were 4 wings in the jail, and 3 of the 4 wings housed paramilitary prisoners, in other words, loyalist or Republican terrorists. The exception, however, was B-Wing, and B-Wing housed non-paramilitary prisoners, and they were referred to as ODCs, ordinary decent criminals. So, any takers for stop 22, Crumlin Road Jail? So there on your right is the old courthouse, and then on your left is the jail, and we're over the underground tunnel now. So next up is stop 23, and that's for St Patrick's Church. On the left here is a hospital. It is said during the Troubles you could tell what religion someone was by how they pronounced the name of that hospital. So it's spelled M-A-T-E-R, so some folks would have said mater, others would have said mater. But these days we say it doesn't matter how you pronounce the mater. This area of North Belfast was referred to in the Elvis Costello song Oliver's Army as Murder Mile, because of the amount of high amount of sectarian killings that went on in this area. These buildings to your right, the big tower in Big Spire, is Carlisle Memorial Church, Methodist Church. It's now disused. And then the last building on the right is an Orange Hall. If you look at the top of it, you'll see a statue of Prince William of Orange, King Billy, and he is in the top of this Orange Hall here on the right. So you'll see him on his horse up there. The only thing is, however, that that statue has turned green, and green is generally regarded as a nationalist colour. So King Billy will be spinning his tiny grave if he realised that his statue has turned green of all colours. That's just on your right now, just to the top of the building. So directly ahead in that spire, that is St Patrick's Church. It's a Roman Catholic church, and in there are 3 paintings by the artist Sir John Lavery, each valued at £1.5 million. And if anybody remembers the comedian Frank Carson, he was buried following a funeral service at St Patrick's Church. Apparently it's a very good funeral service. It was a cracker. That's the way I tell them. So there's St Patrick's Church to your left now. Sub 23. If you look directly ahead, you'll see the viewing gallery of the Victoria Square Shopping Centre, and you can get great views all around Belfast from the Victoria Square viewing gallery. That used to be where a building called Churchill House was. Churchill House had to be demolished to make way for the Victoria Square Shopping Centre. We brought over explosives experts from England to do that job. Needless to say, there's some local guys who specialise in explosives for a number of years, weren't overly impressed. They said we would have done a job at half the price, we'd have done a better job too. If you look to your left, slightly, straight ahead and to your left, you'll see on the side of St Anne's Cathedral, that's Ireland's tallest Celtic cross on the side of the cathedral. And that cathedral lends its name to this 7th of our 7 quarters here in Belfast, the Cathedral Quarter. So in the Cathedral Quarter you have all different bars with quirky names. So you have the Tipsy Bird, the Dirty Onion, the Thirsty Goat, the Cloth Ear, the Dark Horse, the John Hewitt, the Spaniard, etc. Good place to go for a wee drink, so it is. So we're coming round now to stop number 1 where this service will terminate, and we'll be out again at 2 o'clock. So if you want to hop off and grab a cup of coffee or whatever, you can hop back on again at 2 o'clock if you're going out to stop number 5, for example, for Titanic Belfast. So again, just remain seated until we come to halt here, and say we'll be out again at 2 o'clock. So if you've enjoyed your tour of Belfast today and you want to leave a positive review on TripAdvisor, my name is Peter and your driver is John. If you want to leave a non-positive review, my name is Paul and your driver is Sean.